Alright folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. We've reached that point once again. We've got the finals in Germany and Switzerland. We'll touch on these matches very shortly. Only the two to go through today. It shouldn't take that much time at all. Before we do, like the video, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're not. Appreciate it if you did. For those that are new, there are timestamps in the pinned comments. If there's anything I'm going for personally on the day, that will also be in the pinned comment too. Now that's out the way, we'll just get right down to business. First things first, let me know, how did you get on today? We had some solid looks in the comments for yesterday's video. Share with the group. Let me know, did you win? Did you lose? Did you come close? Very well then. Let's see if we can get after it again today. Two more matches before the French Open. When does the French Open start? Is it Sunday or Monday? I'm not too sure. I've got a feeling it's Sunday, the first day of the first round. If that's so, there will be a video tomorrow night. I thought maybe we have a day off, but I don't know, you let me know. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday, but yeah, this will be, I was going to say the last video before the Roland Garros, but I'll probably see it tomorrow night anyway. But where do we start? Where do we start today? I'll tell you what, I don't think it really matters. We'll start with this one. Got Hubie and Djokovic over in Geneva. I think this is the correct final. It's safe to say this does seem correct to me. These have definitely been the best out of the bunch this week over in Switzerland. These have played each other quite a lot over the years, 7 times to be exact, and Djokovic has won all 7 of them. Not played each other for 2 years. Last time out was in the Masters Cup 2023. Hubie's took a couple of sets off him here and there in the past, but ultimately the result has always been the same. Would you say more of the same today? Probably. If that head-to-head's anything to go off, you'd probably just go with Djokovic, right? I had a sneaky feeling, I weren't too sure, but after that game against Fuskovic, I thought, you know what, this guy's probably going to make the final. At least the semis. Fuskovic, Matteo Arnaldi, you know, the bounce back against him after last time out. And then, say today, it was still today by the time I'm recording this, but it'll probably be yesterday's matches by the time you're watching it. Game against Cam Norrie. I thought Cam Norrie done rather decent. As decent as you're probably going to do against Djokovic at this point. I thought Cam Norrie had played rather good this week. 6-4 in the first set to Djokovic. He probably should have won that tiebreaker too. Probably should have won that tiebreaker, but it didn't really matter that much in the end because he came back and done him 6-1 in the third. Good stuff. Now, I've said it for the past few days, but if there was ever any doubts about the commitment for this tournament with these players, surely it's put to bed now. You're in the final, there's no excuses. No excuses whatsoever. I'd like to think he beats Hubie, but I've been very impressed with Hubie this week. Not only this week, I'd say the past few months, past couple of months, he's most definitely looking like his old self. I'll give him that. He looked decent out in Rome, and he's managed to carry it on over into Geneva too. Artur Cazot, light work for him in the first round. Artur Rinderknech, light work in the second round. Taylor Fritz, light work, you know, just as easy as the rest of them in the quarterfinals, and then it was a rather routine win against Sebastian Ofner today, and Sebastian Ofner's been rather decent. So I don't know, Hubie hasn't dropped a set. I don't really think you can sit here and assume that for whatever reason Hubie is definitely going to win this game today. I do think he stands a good chance. Like I always say, if he can just sit behind that serve, there's usually enough 3 points in it for him. We know Djokovic at this point in his current state, he's more beatable now than he's ever been. Probably, I think that's safe to say. But I don't know, man. You don't get rich. You do not get rich betting against Djokovic, especially in these finals. You don't. And especially in a spot like this, you've had this 7 times, and all 7 times you'd have cashed. I feel like a lot's changed for both of these in the past 2 years since we last seen them. But I don't know, man. I am very impressed, and I'm very, very pleased with the level of tennis that we've got from Hubert's haircut. That ranking took an absolute hammering while he was out of form. He is starting to look like the top ranked opponent that we know. But it was never enough. It never was enough when he was shit hot in form. And even though he's starting to pull it back together as of late, I don't know if he'll have enough to get past Djokovic and inspired. It's weird to say inspired Djokovic, especially in a 250 just before the French Open, but it looks like he wants this one. Why not? Why not? I feel like if Djokovic wants it, he can most definitely go and take it, but I don't think it'll be easy. I don't. You're getting Djokovic around 1.3, 1.4. I think that's right. He's obviously going to be a favourite, rightly so, but not too big. 1.4. Ideal parlay piece. Ideal parlay piece, if you ask me. I think Djokovic wins it in straight sets. I don't know. I think if Cam Norrie's good enough to take a set, like I said, I feel like Djokovic probably could have won that tiebreaker. It was just the 1 point that he gave away towards the end. I don't know, man. Tough one. This could be a little overspot. That over 22.5 could come in. We could get a tiebreaker in this. If you get a tiebreaker out of Cam Norrie, sure, I would imagine you could get one out of Hubert Hurkacz. I'd say that was more likely. We'll see. We'll see how they look on the day. Be very interested to see how it goes. I can't wait to watch it. You let me know what you're going for. Yeah, you'd probably say Djokovic on this one. Yeah. Anyone going for Hubie? Anyone taking Hubie for a dog? So I haven't got like a solid pick for this. I'm not just gonna give picks out. Just unwillingly. Like we give leans, don't we? Like I said at the start, if there's anything I'm going for officially, that will be in the pinned comment. But if I sit here and say, oh yeah, just Djokovic to win, that doesn't mean, oh yeah, just go and bet Djokovic. Or if I say Hubie's probably going to win or stand a good chance, it doesn't mean just go and bet Hubie. It's just for the sake of the prediction. If I was betting this though, I'd probably go with that 1.4 with Djokovic on the money line. If I had to play it. But I don't know, I feel like it's just, that seems like the simple play. It just seems like a bit of a cop-out for me. I do genuinely believe Djokovic wins this one, but I don't think it's as cut and dry as just 1-2 and done. Hubie, the way he's playing, could definitely cause some problems for him today. But we'll see how he gets on. And then we will wrap this shit up with the last one. Over in Germany, got Andrei Rublev, Flavio Cobolli. Right? Can you believe it? Can you believe that? Who's looked better out of these two? I've been impressed with Flavio Cobolli, but I've been impressed with Rublev too. I've been more impressed with Rublev. I'll give him that. He looked good against Felix today. Fucking battered him as well, didn't he? 6-1, 6-4. Now, straight off the bat, folks, these have never played each other before. I would imagine if you can do that to Felix, you're probably going to beat Flavio Cobolli. That's probably easy to say. Maybe it's not fair to just assume straight up that Cobolli doesn't stand a chance in this one. I thought he was done against Echeverri. I did. I thought it was going to be another one of them days where Echeverri just comes in and makes it look a lot easier than what you'd expect, but dropped that first set 6-2, came back and won 7-5, 6-4. Good stuff. But apart from that, Vitaly Sachko dropped a set to him. Davidovich Fokina, he was a dog in that one, but I'm not too convinced with the way that one went. 6-4, 7-5. Decent win nonetheless, but I think Davidovich Fokina was quite heavily overpriced in that one. Batista Agut, solid enough, routine win. And then the game today against Echeverry. Good stuff. Good stuff. You can't fault the kid, you really can't. He seems to have struggled a little bit more with his matches than what Rublev has with his. Which, maybe isn't saying a lot, but with the current state of Rublev, the way he's played this week, I would have to assume that he's going to go out and take this title. I would. We seen him last time out in Doha and he went on a run like this and he just wrapped it up. He'd beaten better players en route to that title too. Okay, different surface, admittingly, but the Miyajima, straight sets, Justin Engel. That second set against Justin Engel, I'm 7-5. It was a close one. I've seen a lot of people saying, if he'd have dropped that one, who knows what would have happened, and I would have to agree with that. 2-1 against Darderi, that could have been quite the banana peel, but not for Rublev. And then the one against Felix, I thought that would have been a lot closer than what it was. I know a lot of us fancied the over 2.5 sets, the total games played. He just turned up and dog walked him. He did. And I don't know how he's going to go about his business today. He hasn't seemed to have struggled that much at all. He really hasn't. Cobolli's been hanging in there. He really has. Been rather resilient. Put in some decent matches. I'll give him that. They've never played each other before. I'd have never thought Flavio Cobolli would have had what it takes to get past Andrei Rublev pretty much on any surface in the past. Although Rublev's been a little bit more fragile as of late than what we're probably used to, I do think, we say it all the time, don't we? We say it all the time with Rublev, he should be beating all these, it shouldn't be a question. There should be no doubt, it should be really easy. It always was. And I'm pretty certain there'll come a time very soon where it'll become very easy again. Once again, there'll be no doubt surrounding Rublev. He just needs to continue hammering the nail. Keep picking up speed with this new coach. I think he gets it done against Flavio Cobolli. I do. 1.4. Same as the Djokovic price. Is that a parlay there? You just parlay these two favourites. Is it as easy as that? Is today as easy as that? It very well could be. It really could be. Now, it just reverts back to the game against Felix for me. It really does. If you've got what it takes to get that one done as quick as you did, I would imagine you've got more than enough to get past Flavio Cobolli at this point. Just want to say as well, Flavio Cobolli's played a lot better on the clay than what he did starting the season out. As we've mentioned, he had a poor start to the year. 0-2 indoors, 3-7 on the hard court outdoor as well. But then 12-5 on the clay. Nice. We had a feeling that would happen once he got back on the dirt. But is he better than Rublev? I'm not too sure. Probably safe to say he most definitely prefers the clay over Rublev, but I don't know if it'll be enough. I don't. Rublev's all terrain. On the day, doesn't really matter where you get him, where you play him. He should be good to get this one done. I would assume so anyway. I'd be going with Rublev in this one. I'd love him to win. He needs it. He needs this more than Cobolli. Hot take. This is the second ATP 500 final for Cobolli. Big moment for him. Massive moment. But for what Rublev is, I feel like it'd be more damaging to Rublev if he was to lose this one than what it would be to Flavio Cobolli if he was to get beat by Rublev. You know what I mean? So, I hope he wins. I'm not 100% certain that he will. But then again, we're never 100% certain with anything, because that's quite frankly impossible. But it would be the way that I'd look today. Pretty much the only way I'd look. And that's going to do us, I think, very well. Very well. Another week, another tournament in the bag. I haven't really bothered that much this week. The past few days I haven't really had a go. There's just it's not worth forcing stuff for these tournaments, especially while we've got the big one right round the corner. I may just parlay these two favourites today. I don't know. You let me know, yeah. You tell me what we're going for, and let me know when the French Open starts as well. Sunday, Monday. I'll probably check when I get into work, but yeah, sound. Alright then, you take it easy, yeah. You take care of yourselves. You take care of one another. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Alright then. Man, I can't wait for this Roland Garros. We'll stop talking about it. It's very, very close. One more sleep, two more sleeps. I don't know, it's like talking about Christmas, isn't it? Alright then, folks, see you later. Let's go get that cash today. Best of luck to you if you're having a go. Enjoy the matches, and I'll see you tomorrow.